John,
It's
there's a type of anger I did in an anger book called righteous anger, where we believe
okay.
that we are right, we're above that other stuff, and that our anger is well placed because we need that to somehow change the other person or right the situation in the country or whatever it is. Bottom line, it doesn't matter what type of anger, what type of negativity you're thinking about, it's negative.
Mm,
It's destructive. It doesn't add anything positive to what we're doing. And I go back, and we all have those influential people in our lives. One of the influential people for me was Dr. King, who always said, "Good, make the changes," and he was out there at the forefront. But he
mm-hmm,
said, "Do it all with love in your heart, and move
mm-hmm,
forward with love." Now, that's different than going out and burning buildings down and looting
mm-hmm,
and doing things like that because you
mm-hmm.
think you're going to make an impact. You make the long lasting, consistent changes in your life by being positive and turning all that into a very loving way to act. And don't worry about what the other person's doing. That, don't make that other person an excuse for you to think in a different way. You be your own gatekeeper. You decide how you're going to think.
I agree. I agree. I also believe in the power of intention. Like what is your intention? So I try to keep that in mind too in my actions. Like what is my true intention here? Like what is it that I really am trying to make happen um or to understand? Like what is behind my decision to act in a certain way, to respond in a certain way, even if you are dealing with, because I know you're right, we're in this very heated political climate that there are many different views, many different opinions, and that we have to find a way to be able to share these opinions and share our differences. Sometimes agree to disagree, but still be able to move forward in a way that we realize that we are all in this together. We all are in America and Americans and all of that. And so how can we change, or not change, but how can we bring about change in a way that is still positive, that does not incite anger or does not incite violence or anything like that, or lower anyone down.
I always tell people, look at the world changing people, the people that really
Mm,
made a positive impact. And you have people like Gandhi, Mother
mm,
Teresa, Dr. King, uh,
mm,
Nelson Mandela. You have these type, John Paul II. They were all people of love and peace, and they made some of the most significant changes in our world. We could look at them and say, geez, that man's locked up for how many years, and he
oh,
came out
wow.
love and positive. Who does that? You know who does that? The person who knows themselves, loves themselves, and says, I am still going to come out of here and I'm going to turn that out into the world. Those are the people that we follow, not the ones that are angry and hurting other people.
Hmm.
And hurting people doesn't only mean physical and what we're talking about in the political climate. That could just be the negative opinion about someone else, and then sometimes it's not hurting them, it's being unwilling to do the positive, to do the loving thing. That again affects the internal person.